Hey, welcome to Kletus Ray's Road Service. Said that a little too wrong. Roadside Service. What's up, guys? I'm your host, Kletus Ray. Just like the start of a lot of these podcasts, I just got loaded. I'm fully loaded. If you've been keeping up, I stopped it a little bit earlier this time because I've been overweight almost every load, not by much, not by a considerable amount, a couple hundred pounds, up to 1,000. But it's kind of hard, I'm just sucking liquid out of a container, frac tank, and I gotta know when to shut the valve. And my little load gauge is not exact, but it's at least consistent. So this time I stopped it. I left 1,000 on the table, So I'm like, all right, I'll be close to 80,000, but I should not be over. And it's not really a huge deal. There are a lot of state troopers out on my route, but they don't bother me. I just keep on driving by them, wave at them. Sometimes I wave at them when I feel like they might pull me over. I feel like maybe if I put a little wave out there, maybe they'll leave me alone. They're like, oh, he's just waving at me. But they could also say, oh, I thought you were flagging me down. All right, well, let's go ahead and do an inspection on you. And hey, I don't mind if you do an inspection on me, because most of the time I'm going to pass, and I'll get a $75 little $75 credit from my company for passing an inspection. I don't know if this gate is going to shut or not. Let's hope not. Um, No, I was actually kind of thinking I might not even record, and this might be a 2-day recording because I don't really have a whole lot going on right now. It's early in the day, just kind of starting out. Nothing's really happened. I mean, there has been some stuff that happened yesterday, so I guess I can bring that up. But what really, I was like, I don't think I'll record. Save up some of the little things I have to talk about until I get a little bit more. Doing a podcast every single day, uh, I like it, but I'm just trying to keep it entertaining and not, have just like the same podcast every day. I don't think I do that. I think I do pretty good about it, but I don't know. Just like some days, something really gets me and I'm like, I need to record. And other days, I'm like, I don't really want to record, and then I don't. But lately every day has been something, and I like to do it. I really do. I like doing the podcast thing. I like recording. I like driving around. I like, expressing my thoughts out loud, even though it's, to myself, well, it's to you guys, but it's to myself. And it kind of helps me think about some things and whatnot. Uh, well, anyways, those couple of cousins, I had two more cousins I wanted to call, and I texted them both. I'm not gonna cold call them. One of them works nights, the other one runs a big business, so I'm not gonna cold call them. But I did text them both. No response. Can't believe it. I'm like, fuck you guys too. But if they text me back, they're like, oh hey, sorry, just saw this. Oh hey, what's up? But as of right now, I'm like, fuck you guys. Fuck, come on. I went through a lot of effort to send that text to you, and you're not even going to respond. I can't believe it. But as soon as they respond, I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? Oh, no, no problem. Just fucking water under the bridge. Why is that a thing? Why is water underneath a bridge even being brought up right now? It's some sort of saying. People say that. It's, oh, water under the bridge. Okay, leaves in a tree. Mail in a mailbox. I don't know. Electricity in the power lines. What is that? What is that supposed to? Anyways, No, what prompted me to start recording today, I was like, I'll wait. And then I was like, no, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. So I'm over here working, and there's this newer guy that's kind of like in charge of what I do. He's the one that I report to from this company where I'm hauling this waste from. And a lot of times I just don't talk to him because I don't like the way he fucking looks. But I was like, I need to give him a little bit of a break. Not everybody can look so fucking good like me all the time. But he just looks like a little fuckhead. He looks like a fuckhead. He's got like a little bit of a perm fro thing going on, like his hair comes up. Don't really understand what's going on with his hair. He's got like a stringy beard, a pointy nose. His eyes are kind of close to his nose. I mean, my eyes are kind of close too, but his eyes are. I don't know. I guess they are kind of normal. I probably shouldn't bring that up. What if he'd never hear this? But what I also, just because people aren't going to hear this doesn't mean I don't. I'll talk shit on everybody because they'll never hear this. I'll talk shit on them. No, like honestly, I don't want everybody I talk about on the podcast to know about the podcast and to listen to the podcast, but I try to keep it to a point to where if somebody does listen to this podcast and I bring them up in not such a great light, they already know. Or, maybe that'll prompt a conversation in real life. But sometimes people just need to bitch to themselves, I'm just going to bitch myself, I'm not trying to change anything here, Uh, but anyway, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. If he does hear this, fuck that guy, But if mainly because so I actually seeked him out, because he's all over the fucking place, and he's like, "Oh, you need to talk to me." I'm like, "Oh, where the fuck are you? You see my big ass truck pull into here. You watch me get loaded. You watch me walk in to get my paperwork signed, and then where the fuck you at? You're running around all over the place. How about you come seek me out? I'm easy to find. I'm easy to find. Come find me, then we can talk." But he wants me to find him, and I'm like, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Fuck him. And the only reason I'm saying fuck him, he was an okay guy, but fuck him because I was sitting there, I had to spit real bad. But I went and sought him out, and I sat down with him, told him about the frac tank, set the levels, and where do you want me to focus, blah, 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 just going over everything real professional like. And then I'm like, all right, well, yeah, I already got my paperwork signed. I just need to get the fuck out of here. He's like, okay, hey, what kind of chew you chew? I said, skull. He's like, what flavor? Straight. Ugh. And then he just turned away from me. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck, dude? Hey, fuck you. Hey, no. Fuck you, dude. What the hell's that about? It's a popular brand and flavor. And it happens to be the one I like. Because I don't like what you like, now you're gonna me? You wanna kiss me, buddy? You wanna fucking stick your tongue in my mouth? You wanna borrow a dip from me? Is that what it was? What's going on here? Hey, how about fuck you, Jewfro? I don't know. That's not. I guess that's not. I don't know. I'm not a scraggly beard. I don't know. It could be all different types of things. Just because I said Jewfro is just. It is stereotypical, and I think it is funny. But I have nothing against Jewfro. Jewfro. Some people pull it off really well. This fucking guy looks like an idiot. Okay. I doubt he's Jewish. Don't know. I have no idea. But hey, fuck you, dude. The hell? You gonna yuck my yum? Don't yuck my yum. I tell that to my wife all the time. She's like, what are you eating? I'm like, I'm eating a a burrito with jalapenos. Ew. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? Ew. This is normal. Like, I eat normal food. There is sometimes I eat some weird shit. But, hey, well, most of the time I'm eating normal shit, and she's like, ew, gross. I'm like, you're the weird one. The fuck you talking about? Plus, you're not eating my food, okay? But no, this fucking guy, like my wife, it's okay. I mean, she's my wife. I love her, and we get along. But this fucking guy, I have no fucking respect for you. Fucking gonna say yuck, and then just turn away from me. I'm like, all right, see you later, you fucking queer. He might not be queer. He could be queer. He looks like he might jerk off to fucking dicks. I don't know, but I just want to say fuck that guy. I'll let everything else go if you just apologize. Like, oh yeah, sorry, man. I just don't prefer that type of chew. Oh, okay, yeah, understandable. But at the stopping the conversation after saying ew and just turning away and being like, oh, you can leave. Fuck you, dude. Who the fuck do you think you are, bitch? You think you're fucking high and mighty? You're probably chew, I don't know, berry flavored chew, or you probably do rogues or zins or some shit. Hey, I'm not gonna knock on the rogues and zins, but they're fucking gay, is what they are. And there's nothing wrong with being gay. I just happen to not be gay, and I choose skull straight long cut. Okay, bud. You put little white pouches in your mouth, and you're like, "Ooh, this one's 6 milligrams of nicotine." Shut the fuck up, queer. I don't know what he chews. We never got that far in the conversation. I should have been like, "What the fuck do you chew?" And then been like, "That's fucking gross. You should be ashamed of yourself." How does that feel, bud? Not good. So, anyways, that fucking guy's a piece of shit, and I fucking hate him. Just because he doesn't like Skull Straight, apparently. Um. Anyways, I did honk my loud horn at a guy twice yesterday. This is another thing I wanted to bring up. I honked this fucking guy. All right, so there's a popular highway that goes across the United States. It's called I-70, Interstate 70. It's a big ass highway. I traveled it, many, many times. It goes right through Kansas City. Um, you can take it all the way out to Denver, Colorado, and you can take it all the way out to St. Louis, Missouri, even into Illinois. And I don't know, maybe it goes further than that. Never looked at it, but I imagine it goes pretty far. But it's just an interstate, so it goes through multiple states, and it's named the same highway in all the states. And anyway, I don't know why I'm giving you guys a lesson on what a fucking interstate is. The on I-70 in the toll zone. I mean, they changed it up now, so that now there's no toll booths. There's just fucking cameras everywhere, and they take pictures of you every couple of miles, and they're like, "Let's charge them this much, charge them again, charge them again." I don't know. Oh, we don't have any more pictures of them. Let's quit charging them. Oh, he got off on this exit. They know where the fuck you're at. Just so you know that if people are trying to run from the police, don't do it in the turnpike. They have cameras that are taking pictures of your shit. They will track you. They'll know exactly where the fuck you're at. Also, don't run from the cops. That's not a good idea. But if you happen to, and you're like, I don't know, maybe the cops are bad, and I'm thinking of a movie situation. They're like, we can't go to the police. They're dirty cops, and they're after us. We got to get out of here. All right, well, don't take I-70 if you're in the right. Anyway. There are truck stops in the middle of the highway, and that's exactly what I mean. Now, there's 2 lanes. each direction, and then every now and again they split off, and it looks like a vagina in the middle of the highway. And in that vagina is usually a McDonald's and a Love's truck stop. And they're actually pretty convenient because you can just pull in there, but you have to exit to the left. So you're in the you have to move over into the fast lane to take the exit, and it's a pain in the fucking ass. It's usually not a pain in the ass, but yesterday there was a particular truck driver that it was a pain in the ass for him. I don't know. He's not from here. He's not used to it. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt several times. So we're driving around. Um, he's in a car transport truck, so he's got a full load, probably 9 cars on his trailer, and he's slow. He's slower than me. So I move over to the left lane. It's right as you're entering to that truck stop. Like I'm not going in the truck stop, but I'm just gonna pass him. If he wanted to go to that truck stop, there's been several signs saying next left exit truck stop, blah blah blah. There's several of them, and he's still in the right lane as we're coming up to the place. So I'm like, this guy's going slow as fuck. There's a little bit of a curve here. He's gonna slow down. I don't need to. I'm empty. I'm gonna fucking haul ass right around him. But I'm not hauling ass. I'm going the speed limit. The speed limit is 75 miles an hour, and my truck is limited to like 74 and a half miles an hour. So I can go pretty much the speed limit. If I'm loaded, I can go over the speed limit downhill because I'm heavy. But, anyways, he's in the right lane. I'm in the left lane passing him. Oh, I haven't passed him yet, but I got into the left lane. I had plenty of room. There's nothing else going on. There's another car behind him. Me and the car both decided at the same time to get into the left lane and go around this fucking guy. This guy, at the last second, he decides he needs to go to this truck stop, puts on his blinker and just gets over, cuts off the car. I got to lock up my brakes, lock them up, and then he gets into the lane to go into the truck stop. He gets in the lane, not all the way, halfway in there. So I honk at him. It's like, if you're taking the exit, you need to be in the full exit lane. You are blocking half of a fucking fast lane in around here. That's the highest speed limit there is 75. I think you got to go up into Iowa and also some other places you can go 80. I think I've never seen a speed limit more than 80 before, but if you've seen a speed limit higher than that, let me know. Maybe I'll go over there, max out the dirt bike on it or something. Anyways, he's halfway in the exit lane, halfway in the fast lane, slowing down at a high rate, and this is right as I was coming around. I was gaining speed to get around him. Me and this car I'm about to sandwich this fucking car between him and his trailer because he's slowing down. I'm slowing down. I'm empty, so I can slow down a lot better than if I'm loaded. And then he decides, oh, actually, I don't need to go to this truck stop. Gets back into the fast lane. We got people coming up, because this, it all happened pretty quick, but there were cars behind us. And they're coming up, and they're passing us on the right-hand side in the slow lane, which is a no-no. We also were coming around the bend here, and then the on-ramp from the truck stop has got cars coming on, and it's just a gigantic clusterfuck. And I blare my fucking horn. I think the car in front of me thought I was honking at them, maybe. I don't know. We all saw that this fucking guy is causing a problem, so I'm honking at him. I'm not honking at you, car. I apologize if you thought I was honking at you, but I'm not. I'm not honking at the fucking idiot in the transport truck. Then I come around, and I had to slow down to let cars get out of the truck stop onto the highway. I get behind him. As soon as it opened up again, I say I'm fucking hammering down, but I'm always hammered down. This truck, I'm not like taking off. I'm not going any faster than the speed limit. So I know I'm faster than him, and we're coming up to an uphill section, and I get up right next to him, and I just and I look over at him, and he puts his arms up like, I don't know, man. I'm like, and I just stare at him, and I shake my head to the side. I'm like, what the fuck? And then we get up onto whenever kind of, I don't know, I think plateau is the right name. Whenever it flattens out again after going up the hill, this fucking guy is not letting off the throttle, like, because on flat ground, I guess we go the same speed. I don't know, or he was sandbagging most of the time, and now he's not letting me out of the fast lane because I fucking bumped the line on him. I'm like, get the fuck away from me, dude. You pissed me off so much, you almost caused a severe accident on the highway, on the interstate, and then you're gonna, I don't know, man. I don't know what any of this fucking shit is, man. I don't know how to drive. Pull the fuck over and let the fucking idiot in flip flops sleeping behind you take over. Because I trust the fucking flip flop drivers more than you, fucking idiot. He was a white guy, by the way. Could have been not an American white. I don't know, but he was a white guy. Big fucking idiot. Doesn't know how to fucking drive, and then he's gonna fucking try to race me on the highway. You buddy, you got another thing fucking coming. I mean, my foot was fucking shaking. I was so angry. My hands were shaking, my foot was shaking, because I'm trying to hold the throttle down all the way, even though I can set the cruise control and set it at 75, and it's going to be max throttle, 100% throttle no matter what, but I feel like I get a little bit more out of it if I don't use the cruise control and I keep my foot planted on the floor. I feel like it's got a little bit better response or something. I don't fucking know. Eventually I got past him, and I was gone because I can hold my speed going when I'm empty. I can hold 75 uphill, and he can't. He's loaded down with cars, so I was able to fucking fly past him. But I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Are you fucking kidding me? You make the decision to cut off a bunch of traffic in the fast lane to take an exit to go to a truck stop, and then just decide you don't need to go to the truck stop, so you're going to pull back out into traffic and just keep causing an issue. You've already committed to taking that truck stop. Go to the fucking truck stop. You've already caused a giant issue to get to the truck stop. Just go to the fucking truck stop. Don't change your mind and then come out of the fucking truck stop. I can't believe the fucking dumbassery that this guy was dealing with. Fucking idiot, dude. Stupid fucking idiot. And I try to give a lot of these truck drivers a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. If we're coming up on a construction zone and I'm about to pass a guy, but I see them orange signs, I go ahead and I slow it down. I get back behind him. I'm not going to pass you in a construction zone. First off, it's against the law. Second off, I don't want to. I'm not going that much faster than you that it's going to make any difference. We're all going to be slowing down to 55 in the traffic zone. So I'm just going to, I'm a very courteous and safe driver. And if I make a mistake where I'm like, oh, I think I need this exit, and I get in that exit lane, and then I'm like, oh, actually, I don't need this exit. I'm not going to just pull back out into fucking traffic and say, whoops, made a mistake. Sorry, everybody back there. No, I'm going to take the exit, reassess, and then figure out how to get back on the highway going the way I need to go. I'm not going to fucking just pull out in front of a tanker truck. Oh, God. Fucking annoying, dude. So anyways, I was a little fired up about that. Yeah, like I said, my fucking foot was just dancing on the fucking pedal. I'm like shaking. I was so fucking angry. And then I went to work and I found out another guy quit. Another truck driver quit. He's a Class B guy. But instead of putting in his 2 weeks and stuff, he just showed up and said, "Hey, I don't." He didn't even show up. He texted and said, "I don't work there anymore. Bye. Figure it out for your fucking self." And he left. And he's gone. Um, and then yesterday, I was gonna go talk to my boss about the raise and everything. He ended up having a meeting with somebody else that he needed to go do or something. I don't know. So I didn't get to talk with him. And I wasn't going to sit around at the shop all fucking day waiting for him to be available to talk to. So I am gonna talk to him, and I am gonna ask for a raise, and I don't see a reason I wouldn't get it. But I just gotta wait for the right time, which no time is the right time, but I don't think over the phone is good, and I'm out of town. I'm rolling around. I did see him this morning, but he ended up, mornings are kind of busy. He's running around trying to, everybody's got a job to do. They show up, and then shit goes wrong throughout the day. So I don't know. It's pretty hectic for him, and I didn't want to go in there and be like, "I want more money," right in the middle of him in meltdown stage. So anyways, I don't know. Maybe I should just go in there and be like, "Hey, my problem is more important than all your other fucking problems. Look at me. Give me money." But yeah, trying to think of what else is going on. My brother, he was sitting there in the office. I was having some work done to my tablet. I have a work tablet, and one of the office people was working on my tablet, trying to get me some more apps downloaded and trying to figure some shit out and reset passwords and whatnot. And my brother was sitting there, so he's like, "Hey, you remember how I sold you your truck back? Like, I bought your truck and then then I sold it back to you." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I want to do that with the dirt bike." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I want the dirt bike back." Guys, I mean, I don't know. You gave me a smoking deal on the bike. I mean, I don't even know if it's a smoking deal. Grandpa gave you a smoking deal on the bike, and then you gave that same deal to me. And I appreciate it. Do. But you ain't getting this bike back. And I had to tell him that. I was like, "You ain't getting this bike back." I was like, "Why do you didn't want it. Why did you sell it to me? And now you want it back?" He's like, "I just want another dirt bike." I was like, "Brother, well, listen, how much do you want to pay for it?" You know? And he's like, "Well, I sold it to you for 500, so I'll buy it from you for 500." I was like, "Well, see," and this is where I don't know, dealing with family, you don't do it. I did it. I've done it several times. It's going pretty, it's always gone in my favor. Um, but I'm like, "Brother," I was like, "Listen, I would be happy to sell it to you, but I am not gonna get another bike for $500, and I gotta have a bike." I was like, "I have thought about it. I have thought about selling this. Like, I don't want to. I think I'm gonna keep this one for a long time. I think I might get another one though. But if I ever did sell this, I would have to sell this in order to get another bike, and $500 is just not going to do that. I want I want to be able to ride, And I'd love to give you your deal back, but I've also put money into this bike." He's like, "How much?" I was like, "Well, I'd have to add up. I'd have to go to the Amazon cart and add it all up. It's not a whole lot, but it's I've made it kind of my bike, and I really, really like it. Like, I really like it." I was like, I was like, have you been on Marketplace to look at others? I was like, you can get one in a lot newer shape and condition, less miles, with better upgrades in a cooler color than white, for like $2,500. And then I guess he did. He got on there and was looking. I was like, just do that. Just do that. I was like, oh, please quit looking at me. Don't look at me with my bike and want it back. Like, you want to take my toy? And like I've told you guys, like, I finally got the garage that I want. As in vehicles. Other than my wife's car, I'd like to get my wife something different. But I've got a '90s Chevy, a '70s Chevy, and a fucking dirt bike. Like, what else could I ever? I mean, I will always want other vehicles, but these vehicles, I'm keeping all these vehicles forever. Is what I kind of feel like. I might swap out the motorcycle. Like, that's the most probable thing. Is if I was gonna swap out a vehicle, it would be the motorcycle for another motorcycle. But I'm really happy with everything I've got right now. Like, I I do get on Marketplace, but I don't get on there like, oh, this is something I'm actually gonna think about getting. I'm just looking to see what is available for how much money, and there's also parts and stuff on there that I might need or want. But as in vehicles, I'm set, dude. I'm finally to a really good place where I'm very satisfied with my vehicles. And then you're like, you want it back? My brother, you're my rival now. Just kidding, you're not my rival. But I'm like, I want to keep it. I want to keep. I don't want to. I would love if I had another bike. I would probably be on board with something like that, and I'd work with you and I'd sell it back to you. I would definitely need a little bit more money than what I bought it for, just because of what I put into it. Um, because I don't know what he put into it. I think he put tires on it, and then just maintenance. And then he bought some blinkers for it, and then he didn't wire them up properly, and I had to rip them out, take them apart, redo everything, go through all the wiring and everything on the whole bike, um, just to make sure everything was good to go. So I don't know what that's worth, but it's like, you got money, brother. You got money, brother. Let me keep this bike, and you get something even better. Because I was trying to show him other stuff. I'm like, if I was ever to get rid of this bike, it would only be so I could get a DRZ 400. That's like the only reason I would ever get rid of this bike, or like a KTM, or I don't know, any other newer style dual sport supermoto type looking bikes. That's what I want, and that's what I would need in order to get rid of this. So anyways, that was just I don't know, something for making me think, because I want him to get what he wants. He's a really nice guy, really nice, and he's wonderful. He's fun, happy. He's got a his I want to go back and preface that, whenever I was complaining about his girlfriend and stuff, and all that stuff. I don't know anything about his girlfriend. I have no I think I've met her like one time. I don't know her. I don't want to, and it was just mainly me being funny whenever I was like, we need to get them broke apart, blah blah blah. She's not letting them go see grandpa. That's not the case at all. Uh, he's actually really really likes her. She likes him. I think she really likes him. So they're happy, and I want them to stay happy, and whatever they got to do to be happy, um, will make me happy. I want to see him happy with somebody that loves him and somebody he loves. I think that's awesome. Um, but going back to the bike thing, I need to sit and have a conversation with them. Like, you got the street bike. The street bike is pretty cool, but I mean, if you're wanting a dual sport, I would sell that fucking street bike and get a badass dual sport. Get like a really nice dual sport, one that's got the supermoto tires and wheels, and then it's got an extra set like dirt bike, knobbies, and it's just like fully modded out. It's got a lot of power, like a KTM. Um, that would be fucking sick. That's what you know, I haven't had that conversation with him yet, but I did. I sent him a link to a bike it was a KTM on Facebook Marketplace. He has not responded quite yet. But I'm like, hey, I mean, and I'm saying for $2,500, that's like something I would pay. If he's got the money and he's got the want and the need for a supermoto or just a dirt bike in general that's street legal, 5-6 grand is going to get you some of the best that's out there. They're going to be used, but they're going to have a title. They're going to have mods. They're going to be ready to roll. So I don't know. I just need to get him on that. Get him something even better. They'll be like, hey, listen, you're used to street bike power. The DR is not powerful at all. Like, you're used to dirt or street bike speed and power and handling. And I think the DR handles better than the street bike. At least with me behind the handlebars, the the DR handles better than the street bike. I will wreck a fucking street bike. I have no interest whatsoever to get a street bike. Maybe like a cruiser. I could see myself getting some sort of a cruiser bike, but not a fucking zip zappy street bike. No fucking way. Your hands on the handlebars hit the tank when you turn. Like, that's not cool. I need my hands. I like the big wide handlebars, sharp cornering ability, the suspension travel, uh, sitting up high, and I mean, street bikes are lightweight, but this is pretty fucking maneuverable. I know people are gonna be like, well, I had a Harley and it was maneuverable. You see them cops on those motorcycles. They can. I understand those are maneuverable and everything, but I'm comfortable with what I got, and I want to keep what I got. I'd like to just upgrade what I've got. I mean, I would possibly trade it for a DRZ. And I mean, those ads on Facebook are really getting a hold of me. They're not good. Because, well, they're trying to sell me the new 2025, 2026, whatever the fuck it is, DRZ 400 SM, I think. And I don't like the number plate on them. I don't like the headlight number plate situation going on there. That's something easily swapped out, but um, they're like, oh, you can get this for $135 a month, 0% down. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I could afford that. Get me a brand new. But I'm not a brand new type of guy. I want something a little rough around the edges. And look at what I got. The bike I got. If I upgrade the tank, if I upgrade some of the plastics, which I think there might be something I might try to do with the rear fender, tail light situation. There might be something I can do there to make that look a little bit cleaner, better, not 90s, looking. And then if I get the wheels and tires that I really would like, or I just kind of work with what I got, I might be able to get. Well, Well, dirt bike tires would be pretty cool, like knobbies. And I think that's where I'm going to go next. I got the street tires, but I think I might go with a little bit more aggressive knobby. Not aggressive knobby, but just something where you're gonna be able to drive it in the grass and you're not going to be slip and sliding everywhere. Because right now I ride through my yard, and if I just blip the throttle, I spin. It'd be cool, if I just leave like a rut. I don't want to leave ruts all in my yard. Mowing is already not very enjoyable. Don't need a bunch of ruts everywhere. But I want to go off road, man. I want to ride it off road, and it's really difficult to ride a dirt bike on slicks off road. It's not super enjoyable. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I'd like to get a little bit smaller front wheel and a slick tire up there, and then for the rear, I'd like to just get a whole nother wheel assembly for the rear, which shouldn't be too hard to do, shouldn't be too expensive, and then get a knobby for the rear, and then I can just swap out wheels and tires, or not tires, but just wheels with tires on them, and then I can have off-road bike and I can have on-road bike. But the supermoto look, I think is awesome. That's what I want. I ride better when I think it looks like a supermoto. Don't know why. It's all in the head. That's one thing I've kind of started to realize is a lot of your mind is a lot of what you're doing when you're riding a bike. Like, you're turning around a corner, but you need to look ahead. You need to have your mind on where you're going, not where you're at. Um, Cornering, like leaning over. You need to be able to have the trust in your mind that you can lean over. Don't hit sand when you're leaning over like that. Don't do that. But leaning is so much fun. Going around roundabouts and stuff. And then also, like I was saying, if I just imagine my bike, it has a smaller, fatter front tire on it, I ride better, I think. And I feel more confident on the bike when I think it looks like that, even though I know it doesn't. I know it looks like it doesn't look like that at all, but anyways, yeah, a lot of riding is in your mind. You got to have the right mindset. You got to be thinking about things when you're riding. All right, come on around me, all of you fuckheads. What else is going on? The AI is taking over. Okay, so this is another thing I saw a little clip of on, I don't know, it's by some conspiracy theorist on Facebook. I, just scrolling through videos to see this shit. There's this guy, and he's like, there's this company that created the game Pokemon Go, and I guess they came out and they're like, yeah, we were geomapping the United States, and if there was a place that we needed to know more about, we would just put a Pokemon gym there, and then you fucking idiots would show up with your phones out playing the game with location and camera access available, and then they could geomap like everything. They'd be like, walk over here, you'll see a Pokemon, you'll get a Snorlax if you come over here, come look over here, so we can, and open up your camera so we can see this shit over here. They're geomapping everything. And so now I don't know, should I buy stock in Niantic, whatever that company is that created Pokemon Go. Where was I going with this? That's fucking crazy, though, isn't it? That this is where we're at. Oh, this is what I was bringing it up. maybe I think whenever like, especially like the power plant or something like that, yeah, they have signs up, no photo, no video. But it's getting to a weird spot, man, where those signs are actually going to mean a little bit more because I've been on construction crews in places where they say no photos, no video, blah blah blah, and then there's a guy over there making a TikTok, or just taking a picture of somebody, on site, or just your boss is like, hey, take a picture of the site, take a picture of the site, and that's all got location access. It's geomapping, and because when I take a picture on my phone, it'll tell me when the picture was taken, when it was created, and where it was created. So you can search, like, I could probably search the name of the power plant that I'm at, and if I have any photos at that place, it'll show me them. It's convenient, but it's also like, all right, where's this data going? And then I also listened to Theo Vaughn had on the creator of OpenAI on his podcast, and they were going over some shit. And I just love Theo Vaughn because he asks questions in an innocent way, but you get real answers. And he asks questions in just a very interesting way. I've never seen anybody like him. And so, I mean, check it out. Check out this past weekend podcast with Theo Vaughn, and he talks to all. He did Trump. That's pretty fucking interesting. He's had Rogan on a couple of times. He's been on Rogan several times, and those are always fun to go over and watch. Those aren't serious though. I mean, I guess they get into some serious stuff, but um, anyways, they were just talking about the Chat GPT and stuff. Well, first off, he's like, "Oh yeah, well, I make money because some people pay $20 and some people pay $200 a month to use Chat GPT." It's like obviously more people do the $20 option. I'm like, I don't understand what you're talking about because I downloaded it for free. I think like if I pay $20, what else do I get? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, he was asking some good questions, like what is going on with the Chat GPT thing? All these questions that I'm asking, they're making the system into better a better thing, right? This is it said I don't know how to use these fucking street lights out here. It said stop on red, so I stopped. It was red flashing, but then I read another sign right there. It said proceed when clear or when red flashing. It's like, what the fuck? Why have red flashing then? It should be yellow flashing. Caution, there could be somebody else coming across the crosswalk or some shit. I don't fucking know. But yeah, it's like, what is going on here? Because how do we know any of this is private? And also they're like, oh yeah, we're developing AI, and I just don't understand what developing AI means. They created this thing, and is it developing itself, like based on user input? I don't know. These are just some questions I got for the Chat GPT and all AI. It's like, all right, I ask it a question. Maybe it gets an answer wrong, which it does sometimes. Sometimes it'll give you some weird information that is true, but it's not exactly what you're asking. And if you correct the GPT, are you changing the answer the next guy's gonna if another guy asks the same question, uh is the data from my entry going to be used in answering their question? You know what I mean? Hey, if I ask you a question, you got it wrong, I corrected you, or I gave you a better way of phrasing the answer. The next guy's going to ask the question. He's not going to get the same answer I got the first time and have to go through. You know, or is it? It's all connected. So it's like, hey, Chat GPT, what is the guy down the street from me asking you right now? Or who's on Chat GPT near me? Because you've got location data. Everybody has location on. I mean, my phone doesn't work without location on. You know, I need to have maps. I need to have, well, my logs and shit. I gotta have all that shit on my phone going, or else it's not going to work properly. So we're kind of roped into this, and some people might say, "Oh, well, just go into that certain app and say you can't have location." So I don't know, but it's also like, because I've asked ChatGPT, I'm like, "Hey, what the fuck is going on, man?" There's a girl in short shorts over there selling sweet corn. Holy moly! Um, totally forgot what I was going to talk about. I'm just thinking about girl in short shorts now. Hey, baby, sell me some sweet corn. Corn on the cob. That's literally what she's selling. It's not a reference to anything sexual innuendos or nothing. She's selling corn on the cob. And there's a lot of jokes you could make there. Chat GPT AI asking it questions, giving, hey, I was asking it, I was like, hey, can you, like, well, even within the app, like, you are the app. ChatGPT is the app. There's a menu in the app, and it says that it cannot delete images within its own app. The images it created, it cannot delete. What the fuck is that about? Why can you not delete these images? Because I had it go through, and I wanted it to do a couple of different podcast logos and stuff. So now I get on there, and there's like 18 photos that are like not ones that I want of podcasts. Can I delete these? I'm not going to use them. That guy's going to tip his fucking dump truck. He's on a severe angle dumping. Don't like that. Anyways, I'm like, all right, can you change? I was seeing if it could do anything on my phone. I was like, can you message my wife? No, but there is AI on my phone that I can have it. I don't know if it's AI or just voice prompts or what the fuck is going on there, but I can say, hey, send my wife a text message, and tell my wife blah 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 in a text message or something, and it'll do it. But I don't know. I feel like ChatGPT is just so intricate that it's like, once I download it onto my phone, I link it with my Gmail account, which my Gmail account is linked to everything that I've ever done online. It's got all that information now. It's in the grid. It is the grid. It's pulling resources off of every website imaginable and some unimaginable, and giving you stuff, but it does have like a little bit of guardrails, I guess. It's got like stuff. It's like, oh, I can't do that. Because I mean, well, not on the Chat GPT. I'm trying to keep my Chat GPT a clean AI platform, because I think that some of this data might get out. But I have used other ones. I think the Bing one. I was trying to work it around where I could see some AI titties, and it would not do it. And I was like, well, what about like nudists? You know, nudist is a lifestyle. Show me some nudist. And it's like, no. And I was like, well, what about like, anatomy? I'm trying to learn more about tits and I want to see some nice ones. And it's like, no, I can't do it. I'm like, come on. I'm studying this for my grandma. And it's like, no. I'm like, fuck. I'm trying to, because I know there's ways you can ask it to do things to get around shit. And well, that was a while ago. That was early version, the Bing one, and I was not logged in or anything. But it did have a free AI image generator, and that's actually where I got my podcast logo I got currently. But yeah, I wanted to update it. So I'm trying to keep my Chat GPT, something I'm actually logged into, but I mean, I also have an IP address. This is my phone. It's never been in the hands of anybody else, that I know of. So if the AI revolution wants to come around, they're like, hey, you were trying to look at tits on Bing. I'm like, I wasn't logged in. How do you know? It's like, we know everything. Your digital footprint is everywhere. We know every website you've been on. We know that you've Googled images of titties before. I'm like, well, yeah. Haven't you? Fucking queer. It's like, you're going to the slammer. You're in jail now. Because you looked up titties. I don't know. I mean, obviously that's not an illegal thing that I'm doing there. I'm working around the Oklahoma, situation where you can't get on Pornhub. It's like, hey, log in. It's like, no, you fucking dumb, dude. I'm not logging into Pornhub. I'm not gonna be like, oh, here's my email address. Let me watch porn. I know that's the way they keep telling you it is, but it's like, no, I am not logging in to Pornhub. I'm not gonna create a Pornhub account. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna download the app. I'm not doing any of that. Just show me the videos, man. It's always worked. Now it doesn't. Missouri, it's okay. Kansas has it locked down also. It started in Texas, I believe, and then multiple other states have kind of adopted it, and now it's just going to be kind of the norm. It is protecting kids, I think, a little bit. You could still search Google images of titties. You could still go to other websites that are not exactly a great website. So I think more people are going to get viruses because you're less likely to get a virus or malware or have your data sold if you just get on Pornhub. But if you get on like bigtits.com/US/China/Russia, I don't know. There's just like, I don't know, just some crazy ass websites. And you're like, I don't know if this is a secure website or not, but they're letting me look at titties. And meanwhile, it's selling your data, and you start getting messages, you start getting phone calls, you start getting emails. And you're like, oh, fuck. Some unknown number calls you, and you answer. You're like, hello. Nobody says anything. You're like, God damn it! They fucking got me. Now they know my number works. They're like, hey, yeah, this guy fucking answers his phone to any number. If you don't know the number, don't answer it. I mean, it has happened to me a couple of times where I'm like expecting a phone call from somebody and I don't have their number or something like that. So I answer it, and then there's nobody on the other line, and then I click it and I search it, and it's like, oh yeah, this is a popular number that calls people, and it is not a real person. You're like, fuck, dude, fuck. I don't know what that means, but they are selling your data. They're like, hey, companies, you want to call somebody, and you want good numbers. This is a good number. Here you go. Here's their email. Here's this. Here's that. And that has been a problem. Not me, not anytime recently, but I don't know. I don't really get spam calls or even wrong numbers or anything. And that's the other thing, wrong numbers too. I don't know how these things are working. I don't know, but you get a wrong number and you're like, they're like, "Hey, is Sally there?" And you're like, "No." Like, "Oh, sorry, I got the wrong number." It's still just because it seems like it's an innocent wrong number. It's not. It's not an innocent wrong number. That's somebody, you know, like, okay, here's another good number. We're doing it. We're doing it live. We're just actually calling people up. This is a good number to use. Blah blah blah. So I don't know. Now, if you're gonna have to text me or leave me a voicemail or something, because I'm not answering, and I don't have my voicemail set up. That's like my voice or whatever. It's just like blah blah blah. It's not available. Please leave a message after the tone. That's what I got going on. You remember back in the day, people used to have ringtones. Ringtones was a big thing. I had a ringtone for like all of my best friends, so I knew when they were calling, it was a special ringtone. And there's even a call tone. So like if somebody calls me, instead of it going do 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 while you're waiting for them to answer, it would actually play a song, and that was fucking crazy, dude. Bring that back. Bring that back. Right now, I'm pretty sure it's really weird because I don't think with this phone I just whatever the ringtone is what it is, and I feel like that's what a lot of people do these days. Everybody's has just normal ringtones and message sounds and everything. But back in the day, dude, everybody had a special ringtone and multiple different people. And I don't know, I think it was with the phone I had before this one, the S20, S Note 20, 5G, whatever the fuck. That phone, you could change the ringtone, but you could do it one ringtone, and it was for everybody. I was like, how did we advance this far? And now I can only change my ringtone for everybody. I can't do it just one for my wife. Ooh, baby, I love the way. Whatever that song is. Ooh, baby, I love the way you make me feel. Something like that. Some song. Uh, I love the way you move. I don't know. There's a song there. I know the song. I can't remember the exact words of it right now. Anyways, can't do that. Can't do it. But isn't it fucking crazy? Like, I think the AI takeover is going to be worse than I think in certain ways, and it's going to be not as bad in other ways. I don't know what those ways are quite right yet, but I know it's regardless. It's gonna be a net. It might be a wash. You might be like, all right, well, this is yeah. Everybody in data collection has lost their jobs. Who gives a fuck? I mean, everybody needs a job, but that's a fucking shit job, anyways. Um, but I mean, people need a job, and that's the other thing. You got to think back to like the Industrial Revolution. Everybody was chopping down trees with fucking axes and shit, and then they created a saw, like an automatic saw, and they're like, "Oh shit! You know how many loggers we have in this country? You know how many loggers we're gonna lose now? One guy with a chainsaw can do. He can cut down 50 fucking trees before this guy can chop down one with an axe." And it was a big shock to the nation, but we recovered. Like even horses and the train. They were like, "Oh, people have to truck this shit across the vast openness of America in a covered wagon. Now we got a train." And the railroad was put in by the Chinese. Isn't that fucking crazy? Chinese slaves built the railroad tracks. I'm almost positive I'm correct on this. I don't know. Look it up for yourself. This is satire. I don't. If it's not true, this is satire. If it is true, I'm the fucking man. I know history stuff sometimes. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. This AI stuff, they're like, oh yeah, I mean, all the trucking jobs are gone. Mm, I can see some of them going away. I can see a lot of them going away. Mainly just like the long haul guys, you know, yeah, fucking 8 fucking flip flop fuckheads sleeping in the back of a truck, just constantly driving across the United States, you know, smelling bad and stuff. Yeah, those guys can be swapped out with a fucking, electric automated truck that just stays on the interstate and goes from place to place. Um, and I don't know, my company, unless my company gets bought out by some other bigger company that wants to implement, you know, electric driverless trucks, they're still going to need somebody to do this. I don't really the amount of time to explain to an AI what you want it to do and also watch out for issues. You know, I'm pretty safe where I'm at. It's like, hey, put the hose in here, pull, you know, and load this much. But you might have a leak, you know, or you're not pulling enough vacuum. You got to tighten down the lid. You got to, you know, you might have low tires. I guess you can automate low tires and stuff. But then you gotta have somebody air up the fucking tire, right? You know, the headlight went out. Somebody's got to change out the headlight. It's just like, I think my company, as of 2025, you know where we're at. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking have an automated truck that I'd rather just say, hey, you go drive the truck and get a load and take it to this place. But instead they would have to be like, okay, I need this truck to hook up to this trailer. You're gonna have to get fuel here. You're gonna have to get, fill up your tire. If you have a headlight go out, blah blah blah. You got to drive over there. You got to start getting a load. You might have a leak. You might have a vacuum issue. You might have, you need to add pump oil here. Blah blah blah. Just going through the whole thing, trying to automate what I do, I think is going to be way more of a hassle than just saying, "Hey, you go do this." Plus, think about all the money, all the different moving parts you're going to need to have a truck run down the road. Unless there's like mobile mechanics, and maybe that's what it's going to be. Is basically everybody, all the truck drivers are going to now be mobile support for trucks. I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't drive for that company. I run a truck, and whenever all these trucks break down, I got to go out there and fucking straighten them up. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I think it's gonna be more of a hassle, especially like guzzler work. It's like, yeah, go over here and guzzle up all the piles. Somebody's gonna need to automate how it, guzzles up the pile. You know, you're gonna need an actual robot to go out there and hold the hose and move the hose around. Um, I guess I don't know. I guess a robot could get into a tank, 3D scan the whole thing, scrape out the tank into a vacuum, the vacuum of the guzzler or whatever, and then it 3D scans it till everything's clean. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how things are going to work out. The world is going to be a weird place. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. A lot of people are going to gain new jobs. I'm not too worried about that, I guess. But I don't know. Like on the ship, we went on a ship, the cruise ship, and they had a robot bar. That thing was slow as fuck. It's like, hey, can I get a Jack on the Rocks? And it's like, neep, 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 Neem, 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 neem. Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking slow as shit. And you're like, just pour the fucking whiskey in the goddamn cup. You know, dear Lord, you go over there and you ask for a fucking foo-foo drink. It's got to slice up an orange and a fucking, yeah, I don't know, do all kinds of crazy shit to garnish it. I don't know. So maybe things could get a little faster, but it's easier just to go up to a bartender and say, "Hey, give me this." They give it to you, and you fucking go away. So I don't know. Automation, I think, will become streamlined, but not for a while. My kids, yeah, they're gonna have to deal with some shit. They're gonna grow up with it, so they're gonna find their path. I don't think the government is just gonna leave a bunch of people without work. I think there will, I'm talking dystopian future, like Ready Player One, Ready Player Two. That there's a book and a game, or not a game, but a book and a movie about that. And yeah, I think it could be something like that. There's going to be a lot of fucking poor people. Everybody's going to get a check in the mail to, you know, pay for your basic needs, but it's going to turn into totalitarian fucking dictatorship ship thing. I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't have to work and I get food and I have a place to live. It's the same fucking house as everybody else, and I eat the same food as everybody else. I could, if I save up enough fucking Robux or whatever the fuck they're gonna be, I can go, buy a cool hat or something. But I don't know. It's gonna be kind of weird. But people are already fucking a lot less, less children. We're we're getting to a weird spot. I think Japan is having, or Korea, one of those fucking places, is having some issues with people not fucking and having babies. Um, so they're going to be in a population decline. And America, I mean, there's still, everybody has babies, but it's just getting to be a lot less. Back in the day, like my grandma, she had 13 children. Not all of them survived. Some of them got taken by a dingo or some shit. I don't know. But, or some just got left at school, and just grew up, you know, lived in alone. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened back then. It was a weird time back there in the early 1900s, having kids and shit. It was probably like 1920 to 1940. She was having, well, my dad was born in, he's not the youngest either. 50, 59. I should know that. Uh, so anyways, but she had a bunch of fucking kids. Like my aunt that I talked to recently, that's my dad's sister. And she has always been like grandma aged, to me. So, anyways, my real grandma, she was pumping out them kids. She had like 13 children. It was fucking crazy. It was after she had passed, and we all had like a big dinner or whatever. And then we were kind of going through her legacy and everything. And like, yeah, she had 13 kids. I was like, what the fuck? Grandma was a fuckaholic. Holy shit. Grandma was just pumping out kids. She didn't even name a couple of them. Just like, we'll figure out something later on. Put a collar on this one. Lock that one up. That one I think has got rabies. I don't know. Just fucking crazy ass shit. I had 2 kids, and I'm like, my wife was like, "Do you wish we had a third?" I'm like, "No, nope. I think 2 is perfect." Some people want to have 3, 4, 5 kids. That's fine. I appreciate you. I'm glad that works out for you. For me and my family, I think 2 is busy enough. And other people have babies. If you want to see a baby, somebody's having one that we know. But the AI girlfriend thing is going to be coming up a lot. Oh shit! My wife just texted me. Well, she texted me a little bit ago. So I don't think I brought it up, but Ozzy Osbourne has passed away. That's sad. He is a lot younger than I thought he was. He definitely looked older than he was. So that is really unfortunate. That Ozzy Osbourne had passed. He really put an imprint out there. As of today, 11:30 on July 24th, Thursday, she just texted me, Hulk Hogan just died. Hulk Hogan dead at 71. Holy shit. TMZ. I mean, you guys could look this up for yourself, but I'm gonna. Medics were dispatched to the home in Clearwater, Florida. Cardiac arrest. He was carried. Oh fuck, that's fucking crazy. That is crazy. He was pretty active. Um, damn, Hulk Hogan's gone. That's fucking insane. Anyways, he was on Joe Rogan not too long ago, and on a couple other shows, I believe. I listened to a couple hours of him talking. I guess I'm glad I was able to do that because he's gone now. Holy shit. I don't know where to go from that. I'm gonna go ahead and just end this. I think we've been recording for a while now, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Watch out for AI. Fuck you if you don't like Skull Straight. And also drive a semi like you're driving a semi. You know. I'm not telling you guys this. I'm just fuck these other people, you know? And fuck, Hulk Hogan died. God damn it. That sucks. Alright. Adios. Keep all 18 down. We'll talk to you later.